mind holds only what I think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Forgiveness offers everything I want. My mind holds only what I think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. My mind holds only what I think with God. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today and studying A Course in Miracles. We're ready for Lesson 141 from the Foundation for Inner Peace version of A Course in Miracles we're reading this year. And this is for Wednesday, May the 21st of 2025. And it's the preceding Sunday before that Wednesday that I'm doing this recording. Thank you all so much for joining me today. And here in my garden, in the back, you'll see kind of a bamboo teepee made up of, that's where my pole beans are growing up. But they're already up at about yay high up there. So anyway, I got a bunch of pole beans coming up. There's an old dead tree there. It's almost dead. It had a little life left in it. I just couldn't cut it down. And see if it survived. But I think it's a cherry tree that's going down. Anyway, I leaned up a bunch of bamboo against it and made me a little trellis for my Kentucky Wonder pole beans. Well, thank you all again for joining me. We're starting review number 4 today. Let's read the introduction for the review. We've already read the whole lesson. My mind holds only what I think with God. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. It's our review of lesson 121 and 122, sandwiched into the idea, or in the idea, my mind holds only what I think with God. Let's read about the introduction and how we're supposed to do the next 10 days' lessons. Now we review again, this time aware we are preparing for the second part of learning how the truth can be applied. Today we will begin to concentrate on readiness for what will follow next. Such is our aim for this review, for the lessons following. Thus we review the recent lessons and their central thoughts in such a way as will facilitate the readiness that we would now achieve. There is a central theme that unifies each step in the review we undertake, which can be simply stated in these words: my mind holds only what I think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. This is a fact and represents the truth of what you are and what your Father is. It is this thought by which the Father gave creation to the Son, establishing the Son as co-creator with Himself. It is this thought that fully guarantees salvation to the Son. For in His mind no thoughts can dwell but those His Father shares. Lack of forgiveness blocks this thought from His awareness. Yet it is forever true. That my mind holds only what I think with God is forever true. But Unforgiveness blocks this thought from our awareness. Oh, the havoc that judgments make on our peace of mind and on our knowledge. That's why we've got to eradicate, be vigilant against unforgivenesses, for bitternesses, for resentments, for avoidances, for upsetnesses. We've got to be aware of those things and not have them in our life at all, so that we can truly know that what we think is God's thoughts. My mind holds only what I think with God. Paragraph 3. Let us begin our preparation for some understanding of the many forms in which the lack of true forgiveness may be carefully concealed. Because they are illusions, they are not perceived to be what they are. Defenses that protect your unforgiving thoughts from being seen and recognized. Their purpose is to show you something else and hold correction off from self-deceptions made to take its place. And yet your mind holds only what you think with God. Your self-deceptions cannot take the place of truth, no more than can a child who throws a stick into the ocean change the coming and the going of the tides, the warming of the water by the sun, the silver of the moon on it by night. So do we start each practice period in this review with readying our minds to understand the lessons that we read and see the meaning that they offer us. Begin each day with time devoted to the preparation of your mind to learn what each idea you will review that day can offer you in freedom and in peace. Open your mind and clear it of all the thoughts that would deceive, and let this thought alone engage it fully and remove the rest. My mind holds only what I think with God. 5 minutes with this thought will be enough to set the day along the lines which God appointed, and to place His mind in charge of all the thoughts you will receive that day. They will not come from you alone, for they will all be shared with Him, and so each one will bring the message of His love to you, returning messages of yours to Him. So will communion with the Lord of hosts be yours, as He Himself has willed it be. And as His own completion joins with Him, so will He join with you who are complete, as you unite with Him and He with you. After your preparation, merely read each of the 2 ideas assigned to you to be reviewed that day. Then close your eyes and say them slowly to yourself. There is no hurry now, for you're using time for its intended purpose. Let each word shine with the meaning God has given it, as it was given to you through His voice. Let each idea which you review that day give you the gift that He has laid in it for you to have of Him. And we will use no format for our practicing but this. Each hour of the day bring to your mind the thought with which the day began, and spend a quiet moment with it. Then repeat the 2 ideas you practice for the day unhurriedly, with time enough to see the gifts that they contain for you, and let them be received where they were meant to be. We add no other thoughts, but let these be the messages they are. We need no more than this to give us happiness and rest and endless quiet, perfect certainty, and all our Father wills that we receive as the inheritance we have of Him. Each day of practicing, as we review, we close as we began, repeating first the thought that made the day a special time of blessing and of happiness for us, and through our faithfulness restored the world from darkness to the light, from grief to joy, from pain to peace, from sin to holiness. God offers thanks to you who practice thus the keeping of His word, And as you give your mind to the ideas for the day, again before you sleep, His gratitude surrounds you in the peace wherein He wills you be forever, and are learning now to claim again as your inheritance. Claim the peace that is ours, and it's our inheritance. Claim it. Okay, so do you understand what to do? We're supposed to take 5 minutes when we get up in the morning and 5 minutes before we go to bed at night, and we're supposed to hang out with the idea, my mind holds only what I think with God. And this is how I understand to practice this. After 5 minutes, then bring the two associated ideas into your mind, because you'll be at a new space. My mind holds only what I think with God. After hanging out with that for 5 minutes, then you should be in a space where you could really receive this concept: forgiveness is the key to happiness, and forgiveness offers everything I want. In maybe a little deeper sense, you'll be able to understand it. But anyway, then hang out with that time. And he said he didn't give us a time on that. He said time was made for this. So, I would think, spend another minute or two anyway. So, your lessons today are going to take at least 5 minutes, and probably 6 or 7 minutes to be realistic. And if you took 10, that wouldn't be too much. But do spend your 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night with this idea for the next 20 days. My mind holds only what I think with God. And then bring the two associated ideas and finish up your quiet time thinking about today. Forgiveness is the key to happiness, and forgiveness offers everything I want. And then throughout the day, he says every hour of the day, have a quiet moment where you first say, my mind holds only what I think with God. And then after just a moment, then bring the other two associated ideas into it. Forgiveness is the key to happiness, and forgiveness offers everything I want. And then be about your Father's business for the day. Okay, so there's what we'll be doing for the next 20 days. Of course, we'll have different reviews each day, but today is forgiveness is the key to happiness, and forgiveness offers everything I want, which was review of lesson 121 and 122. Okay, let's go back and take a look in chapter 15, the Holy Instant, and we're ready for Roman numeral 7, the needless sacrifice. The needless sacrifice. So let's take a couple days to go through this section. We'll read about the first 7 paragraphs or so, 6 maybe. Beyond the poor attraction of the special love relationship, and always obscured by it, is the powerful attraction of the Father for His Son. There is no other love that can satisfy you, because there is no other love. This is the only love that is fully given and fully returned. Being complete, it asks nothing. Being wholly pure, everyone joined in it has everything. This is not the basis for any relationship in which the ego enters, for every relationship on which the ego embarks is special. Paragraph 2. And did I say this is in chapter 15, the Holy Instant? And of course it's Roman numeral 7, the needless sacrifice. Paragraph 2. The ego establishes relationships only to get something, and it would keep the giver bound to itself through guilt. It is impossible for the ego to enter into any relationship without anger, for the ego believes that anger makes friends. This is not its statement, but it is its purpose, for the ego really believes that it can get and keep by making guilty. This is the one attraction, an attraction so weak that it would have no hold at all, except that no one recognizes it. For the ego always seems to attract through love, and has no attraction at all to anyone who perceives that it attracts through guilt. Paragraph 3. The sick attraction of guilt must be recognized for what it is. For having been made real to you, it is essential to look at it clearly, and by withdrawing your investment in it, to learn to let it go. No one would choose to let go what he believes has value. Yet the attraction of guilt has value to you only because you have not looked at what it is and have judged it completely in the dark. As we bring it to light, your only question will be why it was you ever wanted it. You have nothing to lose by looking open-eyed, for ugliness such as this belongs not in your holy mind. This host of God can have no real investment here. We said before that the ego attempts to maintain and increase guilt, but in such a way that you do not recognize what it would do to you. For it is the ego's fundamental doctrine that what you do to others you have escaped. The ego wishes no one well, yet its survival depends on your belief that you are exempt from its evil intentions. It counsels, therefore, that if you are host to it, it will enable you to direct its anger outward, thus protecting you. And thus it embarks on an endless, unrewarding chain of special relationships forged out of anger and dedicated to but one insane belief, that the more anger you invest outside yourself, the safer you become. It's exactly the opposite, isn't it? It is this chain that binds the Son of God to guilt, and it is this chain the Holy Spirit would remove from his holy mind. For the chain of savagery belongs not around the chosen host of God, who cannot make himself host to the ego. In the name of his release, and in the name of him who would release him, let us look more closely at the relationships the ego contrives, and let the Holy Spirit judge them truly. For it is certain that if you will look at them, you will offer them gladly to him. It is certain that if you'll really look at the ego's, what's he call it? The ego, for it is certain that if you will look at them, look at what? Let's back up just a little bit. It is this chain that binds the Son of God to guilt, and it is this chain the Holy Spirit would remove from his holy mind. For the chain of savagery belongs not around the chosen host of God, who cannot make himself host to the ego. In the name of his release, and in the name of him who would release him, let us look more closely at the relationships the ego contrives, and let the Holy Spirit judge them truly. For it is certain that if you will look at the relationships that the ego contrives, if you will look at them, you will offer them gladly to him. What he can make of them you do not know, but you will become willing to find out if you are willing first to perceive what you have made of them. You know, I think that's probably a good stopping place, and we'll read the rest of that section tomorrow. Okay, you know what to do today. Take 5 minutes when you first arise and tell yourself, my mind holds only what I think with God. And then after you've spent 5 minutes thinking on that idea, then move right into your other two associated readings, ideas, affirmations. Forgiveness is the key to happiness, and forgiveness offers everything I want. And then spend as long as you want. He didn't tell us how long to spend on that. He said time was made for this very purpose. Okay? And then every hour of the day, have a little short review. Don't have to take 5 minutes in your hourlies, but every hour, take at least a few seconds and recall the idea. Stop what you're doing if you can and close your eyes. If you can't, well then do it on the fly as you're running, as you're working, as you're doing whatever you're doing. Tell yourself, my mind holds only what I think with God. Take a nice deep breath after that thought, maybe if you can. And then tell yourself, forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. And then take Every top of every hour, try to aim for doing that. Okay, let's see what's going on around the world today. It's American Red Cross Founders Day. Do you know who founded the American Red Cross during the Civil War? Clara Barton. Emergency Medical Services Day. End of the World or Rapture Party Day. Waiter and Waitresses Day. Sister Maria Hummel Day. She was a German sister artist. Lived from 1909 to 1946. World Day of Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development. World Orienteering Day. Memo Day. International Tea Day. Have a cup of tea with a friend today. Employee Health and Fitness Day. And then out of Edible Landscaping, another Jujube. And this is the G-A866 Jujube. The G8866 has shiny reddish brown date-like fruit with a sweet apple flavor. Fruit is noteworthy for its remarkably high sugar content. When candied and dried, they resemble dates. The fruit is 1.5 to 2 inches long, elongated and plump, attractive shiny leaves and rugged with picturesque bark. An outstanding selection from Chico, California research program, ripens mid to late September. Mature height is 15 to 20 feet with a spread of 15 to 20 feet. Cold hardy to zone 5, zones 5 through 9. And these jujubes are just sounding more and more like something that we all need to be growing. I haven't ordered any yet, but I plan to. Okay, and then our word for peace is from an Australian tribe down in southern part of Australia, I think New South Wales. Anyway, it's from the Wagaman people, also known as the Wiradjuri people. And their word for peace is nyimbur-ma. Nyimbur-ma. That's probably nyimbur-ma. They live on the Murrumbidgee River. The Murrumbidgee River. Anyway, and the word for peace, the Wagaman tribe, is nyimbur-ma. Nyimbur-ma be with you. Peace be with you. Okay, well, let's close with our song, and be sure to practice every hour today and take a little longer morning and evening. When you first get up, take a little longer. My mind holds only what I think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. mind holds only what I think with God. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. My mind holds only what I think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Forgiveness offers everything I want. My mind holds only what I think with God. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. My mind holds only what I think with God. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Nyimbur-ma.